So he's trying to get in, and when he's reaching in to grab and pull himself in, he ends up grabbing one of the control levers, and the tail of the helicopter swings to the left, and the propeller on it hits the fence and shoots the helicopter up in the air and flips it around and shoots and throws it outside of the wreck yard. Hey, this is Matt Cox, and I wanted to go ahead and do a quick video. One of my subscribers sent me a fraud video. Do me a favor, if you guys come across any fraud type articles, send them to me. You can always DM me on Instagram, or my email is in the description. It's funny because like my Instagram got taken down about 2 weeks ago, and I just got something this morning that said that they put it back up. So I don't know. I haven't even gone on it yet. Anyway, hopefully they did. So what? Content ideas. Yeah, content ideas. Yeah, definitely send me some content ideas. Send me especially fraud articles. Like I like fraud articles. So one of my subscribers sent me this fraud article about this guy. His name is Ernesto Graveran, and it's Ernesto Cruz Graveran. Probably his last name is Cruz, but anyway, so I thought this is interesting because Ernesto ran a medical supply company where he billed Medicare for supplies for Medicare patients, and he billed, I want to say it was $4.2 million worth of medical equipment that he was supposed to provide to Medicaid or Medicare. I forget which one of them. It was 4.2 in Medicare claims that he had submitted for equipment that he never provided. So he applied for over $4 million in Medicare equipment that he didn't provide. He did, however, get it's $2.1 million. Well, for equipment that he didn't provide. So one, he requested 4.2. He got 2.1. He still didn't provide the medical equipment. The federal government investigated. They came. They questioned him. They questioned several people that were involved, and I mean, he obviously knew he knew he was guilty. So what Ernesto did was he hired a guy. I always want to call them coyotes. Basically, it's a guy that smuggles people in and out of countries. So I don't think it's called a coyote. I forget what they call him, but he hires this guy to get him to Cuba. So Ernesto's Cuban, obviously still has access to the money, and he hires this guy to get him to Cuba. Well, a lot of people don't realize that where Key West is in Florida, the Florida Keys, Key West is like the furthest southern point of the United States. 90 miles from there is Cuba. So you just have to cross the Florida Straits. Now, it's super choppy, but you can do it. Hey, thanks for watching the video. I wanted to let you guys know that I have a Patreon account. If you're interested in joining the Patreon account, it's got 3 tiers. The top tier, you actually get a different con man painting every single month. If you're already joined and you're already supporting me, I really appreciate that. If you haven't joined yet and you're interested in joining, I'm going to leave the contact information for Patreon in the description. Thank you very much for watching the video. Back to the video. So Ernesto hires this guy to get him over there. They alter in a jet ski. The guy alters the gas tank of the jet ski, gets on the jet ski with Ernesto. They go through the straits. The jet ski breaks down. And by the way, they had sandwiches. So they had food and water because they knew, it's 90 miles. It's going to be a while. Anyway, the jet ski breaks down, and they end up getting rescued by the Coast Guard. And Ernesto ends up being in prison. He's currently in the federal detention center in Miami, and he's in a lot of trouble. He's in a lot of trouble. Here's what's interesting about this is that there was a guy. So there was a guy named Benny Kramer who was locked up in Miami back in the 80s. Benny Kramer had gotten like a life sentence, and I want to say he was on appeal, and he was he was in Miami, and he knew he was done. Like, he knew he's going to prison for life, and he didn't want to do prison time, he didn't want to do life. So what happens is he was very close with the Colombians. Benny Kramer's brother hires a guy to learn how to fly a helicopter. They train this guy to fly a Bell helicopter. If you don't know what a Bell helicopter is, it's one of those old-fashioned looking helicopters. They have like a glass bubble. It's actually plastic, I think. But it looks like a bubble around the helicopter, the front of the helicopter. And so they hire this guy to learn how to fly one. He learns how to fly one. Then he takes off. He lands inside of the prison rec yard. Benny Kramer runs and gets in the helicopter, and as he's getting in the helicopter, he's trying to grab stuff to pull himself in because he gained a lot of weight, so he was wasn't easy for him to move, so he was really fat. So he's trying to get in, and when he's reaching in to grab and pull himself in, he ends up grabbing one of the control levers, and the tail of the helicopter swings to the left, and the propeller on it hits the fence and shoots the helicopter up in the air and flips it around and shoots and throws it outside of the rec yard. Benny Kramer and the pilot of the helicopter are both injured. They both get arrested. I think the helicopter guy ended up getting like 3 years, the pilot. But the plan was that he was supposed to pick up Kramer, fly him not far away, a few miles away, where they had like a Piper. They'd taken like a Piper, which is, a very small private plane, where they'd taken one and they'd altered it to where they changed the fuel tanks. They'd added several fuel tanks to it so that they could basically take the Piper and fly from Miami all the way to Cuba. Fly all the way to Colombia. And the Colombians were saying, if he gets here, we'll hide him. We'll keep Benny Kramer here the rest of his life. And Kramer was worth tens of millions of dollars. Like, he had tons of money. The problem was he was incarcerated. So, like, I get taking a normal, kind of a normal private craft and altering it in such a way that you can actually take it and leave the country with it. Like, this isn't something that's not possible, and it's certainly been done before. This guy happened to get a shitty jet ski that broke down, and he got caught, and now he's really screwed. Can you imagine how screwed he is now? Hey, thanks for watching the video. If you guys didn't know, I also do paintings, and if you're interested in a painting, I'm going to leave my contact information in the description beneath the video. Back to the video. Now he's really fucked. So Ernesto is going to be doing some time. I thought it was interesting. It was a fraud case, and somebody sent it to me, and I thought it was pretty cool. I actually have already talked about the story on another podcast, which is a Bosiak Conundrum, and we talked about it. And I don't know, like, when I was on the run, I left the country several times. Like, I left, came back, left, came back. I mean, I went all over the place. I went to Jamaica. I went to Italy. I went to I was almost going to say Venice when Venice is actually in Italy. Okay, anyway, I went to Italy. I went to Croatia. I went to I went to Mexico. I went to Bermuda. Like, I've been a bunch of places, but I had fake passports. Most people don't have fake passports. And I believe that they actually took, I think in the article it says they actually took Ernesto's passport. That was the problem, was that they grabbed his passport, and this was really his only way to get out of the country. So, yeah. Ernesto's got problems. I thought it was kind of an interesting article, and it's just a quick video, so I thought it was kind of interesting. So, and also, if you look it up on YouTube, I think there's actually there's several articles about it. I just thought it was super interesting. So, thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. Do me a favor, share the video if it was interesting. I don't know, maybe it wasn't interesting. Let me know if you think this was interesting. Let me know if you think I should read articles or read articles and then talk about the articles, even though I know I did a horrible job on this one. So leave me a comment in the comment section. I'll try and respond. Send me any content ideas that you have, and send me any fraud articles that you have, because I love fraud articles. And that's it. I appreciate it. See ya.